Hi, everyone. I hope that we are moving and keeping things going through the end of the semester, which, for anyone who hasn't really wrapped their head around the online transition and everything that's going on, we have 2 weeks of the semester left before the final exam, which seems very fast and very confusing because we spent so much time getting onboarded to online learning that it's kind of like, well, it's over for now. But this means a couple of things. One, it means that we need to start talking about what the final exam is going to look like, and I am going to be spending this week kind of putting maybe some more rigorous study guide material together for everyone and making sure that those things are available to you. So you should look out for those things on iCollege. What that also means is we need to get our last quiz out of the way. So we will have one more quiz this week. That you all will be taking. And I want to talk about this last quiz, and I am kind of curious where things went wrong for a lot of us, all of us, because it's a little bit confusing to me that the quiz was as hard for people as it ended up being, because it wasn't a trick in any way. And every question that was on the quiz was answered in the lecture video that I posted. So I'm just kind of curious what's happening, where things are kind of going, and also in getting feedback from people about what the strategy for learning in the online environment are going to be, if we foresee and the university foresees online learning as a potentially longer process. So I would love to get some feedback from you all about how all of that and the transition is playing back, and what if I end up needing to continue to create videos and I'm not able to host like virtual classes in which we all can talk to each other and there can be more interaction. I could really, really use some feedback about how to make these videos better and how to not just spew a lot of content that you're not retaining at you. Because while, of course, as you're studying for the final exam, you can go back through and look through the videos that I've posted each week on lectures for the material, if the click isn't happening for everyone, then things get a little bit harder. And I don't want that to be the case, because we're in a weird kind of place with the final exam right now. The last thing before I give you the rundown on the discussion assignment for the week that I wanted to mention to you all is I have not, because there's only 2 weeks left, I haven't figured out what kind of extra credit assignment I could give to everyone. So there is a possibility that I end up making a decision to just implement a curve to everyone's grades for the semester. So for those of you who are sitting on borders for grades because the grades on iCollege are updated, you can imagine that might end up change, unless you just utterly fail the final exam and it just tanks your grade entirely. You can imagine and expect that there will be some degree of a curve that gets just placed on grades by me for the semester. So don't completely freak out about how bad you think you might be doing. I will figure that out, and I will also update you about that as well. So the last thing is we have a discussion for the week. I will post some prompts up on iCollege for you. The topic of discussion for the coronavirus is going to fall in line with the theme for this week. So our theme for this week is looking at activism and social protest and argumentation and the relationship between those two things. So I think it might be kind of a wonderful moment for us to unpack the dichotomies and the intricacies and the contradictions of protests and right to protests that are unfolding right now as people in Michigan, Wisconsin, and some other state are going out and protesting reopening their states or getting their states reopened. Like they're protesting stay-at-home orders. And so I'm going to come up with a few kind of questions to prompt discussion about that, as well as the relationship that acts of protest have to argumentation and what some of these articles can kind of teach us about strategies and tactics of protest. So that's what we're going to do. This week, you've got chapter 9 of the textbook, and then you've got the 2 articles that I will get uploaded to iCollege this evening. And I will have a lecture. I'm going to post a lecture for you probably tomorrow morning, just because the weekend got pushed a little bit. And so we'll have something up Monday morning as well, like last week. But this is just your update.